The Perth Heritage Festival, which is held in my hometown here in Perth, is a celebration of the history and culture of Western Australia. It's a time when we all come together to celebrate and appreciate this amazing heritage that we have. The City of Perth will host the Boorloo Heritage Festival for the month of April 2023. And I'm catching up with my very good mate, Richard Offen, who knows all about it. He's the founder. Now, Richard, the Boorloo Heritage Festival is a pretty amazing event. I know you've had so much to do with it, but it brings us all together.
It certainly does. We started it in 2009 with just a day, not really knowing how Perth would take to a heritage festival. They came out in their droves and they've been doing it ever since. It brings the community together and it brings them together to realise what a special place this is. Yeah, it's a festival that engages at all levels. There are things that little ones will enjoy, right up to old fellas like me, to enjoy the heritage of this place and discover what many of them say, I didn't realise this was here.
Yeah.
It's just fantastic.
Yeah. Well, let's just talk about this building because it is an iconic part of, Perth. Really, this is one that we all have experienced at some point in time.
You know what? It's my favourite building in the centre of Perth. This building was Perth's second custom-built theatre. It was designed by an architect called William Wolfe. It was opened in 1904 on Christmas Eve.
Wow. The Boorloo Heritage Festival is taking place in April right across the City of Perth, including the CBD, Northbridge, East Perth, West Perth, Crawley and even Kings Park, which is exactly where I'm headed now to meet Belinda of Boorloo Dreaming. Belle, this is an amazing experience you offer people. Tell me about what you do.
My company is Boorloo Dreaming and I offer cultural immersion opportunities. So they're not like tours. Some tours you have someone standing at the front, just walks and talks and things like that. So my stuff is more interactive. So you actually get to participate and be part of the experience.
Okay.
So today we're talking about bush plants, more like a bush pharmacy or your bush first aid kit.
Right.
Using WA native plants. So the one that I prefer and I love to show people is this one here. So this is like a baby's dummy or a teething rust.
Right.
It has a calmative in it as well. So when those little teeth are coming through and poking through, we can give that.
So that's a little fungi that grows on the side of the...
Brachus fungi,
yeah. That's amazing.
So normally we say anything above the ground, red means dead. So the plants that I'm showing you today, bar this one here.
Right, so that one, I know that's the Zamia cycad, and that's highly toxic unless you do something specific to it. It involves soaking in water or something, right?
Soaking in water, putting it next to a fire, a couple of other things. So it takes you a couple of weeks to get the toxins out.
Right.
You might be able to hear that there's a nut inside of that one.
Yeah.
So it's like an almond.
The other part of Indigenous culture that I find so fascinating is interpretive dance.
Yes.
And it's another area that you do work in.
Absolutely.
So tell us about it.
So I have a dance group called the Yirramar Midar Dancers. We're an up-and-coming dance group. We've been together for nearly 2 years now, about 18 months. We have just finished dancing the story of creation. We opened up for the baseball that was live streamed to America. So we dance the stories of the Bibbulmun people, or the Noongar, stories of the Noongar nation. We're a young dance group, but doing really well. And I do cultural workshops as well, cultural dance workshops.
Yep.
So you can come along and you can be part of the dance workshop.
Finally, for a little bit of fun, I'm excited to meet the troupe from Circus WA, who'll be performing their newest show, Uglyland, in Victoria Gardens at the Boorloo Heritage Festival.
So Circus WA is a circus youth troupe based in Fremantle, children aged 10 to 21 years old. And Uglyland was a carnival that existed in the 1920s on the banks of the Swan River.
Wow.
In Perth and in Fremantle in front of the train station. The kids have been researching characters from 1923 Uglyland, which we're recreating this year.
Wow.
And some of those sideshow characters like snake charmers and trapeze artists and different actual real characters that existed and recreating them into a performance.
That's exciting. That's really cool. And the kids are having so much fun as well doing it, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They've really enjoyed learning the Charleston, the black bottom dance, the turkey trot.
Now, this is a whole bunch of fun, and you want to make sure you check out, well, both this act, but also make sure you take the tour check out the whole festival, the easiest way to do it is to grab the guide. You'll find that in the iKiosk in the Murray Street Mall, or you can pop into the library. Of course, you can always go online as well.